Stream inactive.
Active. Going live. Going. We are live.
Hey guys, welcome to the Conjurer's Table. It's me, Maddie, and I'm here with Dave from
Hi.
the Wizard's Tower. So exciting!
Yes.
Why does my voice always go up high when I do that? Anyways, guys, so today's topic of discussion is going to be on the upcoming festival, or Sabbath, Lughnasadh. And then we're all going to be discussing about basic altar setups. Hey, putting on the glitz, how are you? So what I'm going to do is just kind of wait for some people to shuffle in here before I start talking about Lughnasadh.
There is a 3 right above Matt's head, right there.
Oh, that's so random, like right here.
It's
Is that where it is? I can't tell. Why is there a 3 on my forehead? That's so weird. Whatever, it's gonna stay there. Hi, Jack. Hi, Debbie.
I got it.
Anyways, you guys, so I got my hair color. Do you guys like the new color? I feel so tropical.
I like this color on him.
Thank you. I do.
And actually, the lighting in here really isn't even doing it justice. It's gorgeous. It's a really nice color.
Jack, gonna probably be quiet. You're practicing. What are you practicing for, Jack?
Yeah.
Thank you, Debbie. So, are you guys excited about practicing for Lughnasadh coming up? Ooh, I'm excited. Are you excited, Dave?
I'm just beside myself with
I can
excitement.
tell. We still have to put up our altar. We still have what was the previous one we were just in? I always forget what we were just in. Not Astara. What Sabbath were we just in, you guys? Awkward moment. I forgot. Hi, Katie. How are you?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember.
That's so... Oh, Litha!
Litha!
Thank you, Jack. I completely forgot. Okay,
Yeah.
guys, so this is my first time celebrating... Well, actually, our first time celebrating Lughnasadh. Hi, Amethyst. So, I
Yes.
actually have some notes here.
I mean, to
a
be
couple.
honest, it's we're new at celebrating most Sabbaths.
Most of the Sabbaths. Like, we've
I
already...
mean, granted, we've always celebrated the big ones, like Samhain and Yule
And Yule.
the big ones.
Yeah.
But we've never done every single one, so
Yeah.
this is the first
So-
time going through all of these.
Yeah. So, I am going to read a little bit about Litha today, and then Dave and I are going to talk a little bit about basic altar setups, what he feels needs to go on, or the basic things that we feel that you should at least have on an altar. Because as we know, every altar is different, but there are certain things that you should definitely at least have on a basic altar if you do not know how to set up an altar. And I was just wondering if you were going to light the
We gotta get the incense cracking.
Try not to burn my altar down, please. Okay, I think it's lit now. Oh, the sparks are flying into the bird.
It's only a bird. Just think, it'll be a firebird.
Even though I do love phoenixes. Why am I coughing so much? Okay, guys, so let's
This
get
is my
started.
good incense that we get from October in Providence. The good stuff.
You ready?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm just pimping my incense.
Yes, that's great. So let's start discussing a little bit about Lughnasadh. So, Lughnasadh is... I might butcher this wrong because it looks like... Okay, I'm just going to say how I think it's spelt or pronounced. But Lughnasadh... Okay, funny story about Lughnasadh. I actually thought for a longest time it was pronounced Lughnasadh, which it is not even pronounced that way. It's pronounced Lughnasadh, first of all. But I always thought it was Lughnasadh.
Lughnasadh. Yeah.
Until Jen corrected me.
And we
like,
both did.
a week
We
ago.
both walked around this house saying Lughnasadh.
Lughnasadh, yep. Okay, so guys, Lughnasadh, also known as Lammas or First Harvest, is the name of the festival of Lughnasadh. Is Irish Gaelic for the commemoration of Lugh. Some authors give the meaning as marriage, gathering, or feast in the name of Lu. The meaning remains basically the same, Lu as the deity of Lughnasadh, and there is a feast. I mean, obviously there's a feast because it's kind of like a big deal. If you
Everyone
know what
loves
I mean.
themselves a nice feast.
Although Lu gives his name to this festival, it is associated with Lu's foster mother, Tilitu, who is said to have cleared the way for the introduction of agriculture in Ireland, thus linking Lughnasadh to the land and the harvest. The modern Irish Gaelic name for the month of August is Lughnasadh, as we've said like a million times, Lughnasadh.
Lughnasadh.
In Irish Gaelic, Lughnasadh means the 1st of August. One of several historic sources... Oh, okay, that's interesting. So Lughnasadh is one of several historic sources for the 4 Celtic fire festivals. Imbolc, Beltane, Lughnasadh, and Samhain is the early medieval Irish tale... I'm not even gonna, like, try to pronounce that word.
Which word is it? Which word is it?
It's like... Tooch?
Where,
That sounds weird.
Where are we? Where are
Tooch.
we? Point it out. Where
Oh
are
wait,
we?
it's hold on. It's let me see. Where was it? Tumark Emire? Emire? I'm not Irish Gaelic, so I probably just butchered that.
Where are you?
But it means the wooing of Emmer, which is part of the Ulster cycle. Why do they have to put words I can't say? But in the form we know it today, is written in the 10th or 11th century CE. I didn't even know there's a CE. What does CE even stand for?
CE is just a different way of saying
Like
BCE.
BC?
After
Okay.
That's
That's
after
interesting.
Christ.
But it is safe to assume that this tale, like so many others, contains a much older nucleus, which is a tiny, tiny, tiny little cell. I remember that from biology class. Blah, blah, blah. I'm just going to skip all that part. So Lughnasadh marks the beginning of fall. It takes place on the 1st of August, and a date internationally agreed upon, or on the day of the full moon next to this date if you want to celebrate when the ancient Celtics probably did. Since the Celtic day started with sunset, the celebration takes place in the evening before the calendric date. So basically that means like it begins on the night before August 1st. So it would be July 31st.
Yeah.
Is when you would officially start celebrating.
And how far back does this go? Where's that BC?
10th and 11th century.
So
So
basically
a
11.
long
so
time ago.
basically 11 centuries before Christ.
Uh-huh.
Or before, yeah, interesting.
Wow. Lughnasadh marks the beginning of the noticeable descent of the sun into darkness of winter. From the connection between the Earth, female principle, and the sun, male principle, the marriage of the sky father, sun god. Apollo, maybe?
He's the sun god, yeah.
With the Earth Mother, we celebrated at Beltane, merged the fruits of the first harvest of the year. Lughnasadh is a time of joy about the first fruits. It is also a time of tension because the dark days of winter are coming nearer, and most of the harvest is not being brought in and stored away yet. The god of the harvest is the Green Man. He sacrifices himself every year in order to enable human life on Earth. In some areas, his death is mourned with wreaths decorated with poppies or cornflowers. The grain is cut, part of it goes into bread and nutrition, other parts is stored away and used as seeds for next spring to create new life. Looking at that, thoughts about sacrifice, transformation, death, and rebirth are also part of Lughnasadh. Hi, Mama Squirrel! Oh,
so
you're
she
here.
says, I don't know how to put, like, Lu in Celtic, but yes, Apollo
Oh,
too,
okay.
to the
So,
so
yeah,
it's the sun
that's what I
god. Yeah.
Mama knows all! Because she
Mama
knows
knows-
way more than I do about this. The celebration of Lughnasadh includes the ritual cutting of the first grain and... Oh, Dave, we need to go to some field and cut something down.
I can't even get you out of the house.
And offering thereof. Possibly the making of a first meal. Okay, so we can make something we've never made before, I guess. And the ritual eating of it, as well as dancing.
Ooh, dance.
Damn, we're going to have to go out to the club.
We could do that tonight.
Fires are mentioned, but fire or light do not play such a prominent role as with other fire festivals. And as I said before, the other fire festivals are Imbolc, Samhain, and Beltane, along with Lughnasadh.
Lughnasadh.
This is probably because August is a warm month in most of Europe, with still long day hours where no fire is needed. Lughnasadh's celebrations are reported from... okay, we don't need to know that part.
What?
Another name... Oh, no, it's just saying where it was celebrated. Oh, well, I guess, yeah, that's kind of cool. So, Lughnasadh celebrations are reported from Ireland, Isle of Man, Scotland, Wales, and Cornwall.
Yeah, well, that's the big, Celtic areas.
Yeah, that makes sense. Another name used for Lughnasadh is Lammas, from the Old Anglo-Saxon half-mass? No, that's not half. I'm sorry. It's leaf mass?
Really?
Well, it's also known as loaf mass. Mass where the first loaf of bread is consecrated.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Which developed into later medieval English and Scottish lammas. As such, it is first mentioned in Old Anglo-Saxon chronicles as early as 1921 CE as Feast of the First Fruits. In an agricultural society, the beginning of the harvest was natural occasion to celebrate and to give thanks to the divine for its gifts.
What's he getting into?
Hold on. Cat getting into food. Go away, cat.
The miscreant is at it again.
The fat cat. Hold on. I'm just... Oh, yeah, actually, that's important. In Bavarian tradition, the more important festival in August is the Ascension of Mary on the 25th... Oh, not the 25th. The 15th of August. On this day, numerous processions through the villages and along the fields are held. During these processions, decorated bundles of herbs consisting of up to 77 different herbs are carried along on wooden sticks. That kind of reminds me of an incense stick.
Kind of.
These herbs are specially consecrated and stored away then. They are used for ritual incense burning later in the year, e.g. during the... Oh, that's example. During the rough nights, the time of winter solstice. An older name for this festival is Day of Mary and the consecration of herbs. The beginning of fall was marked by the Day of
Mary.
Saint...
Is that... Hold on. So, when was that dated? So is it the Day of Mary, like Mary from Christianity?
That's what I'm
Oh,
thinking.
get him away from the weed tray.
I don't... He's fine. He's walking past it.
Okay.
Now I lost my part, Dave.
Sorry. I found that terminology just kind of like, huh? And this cat, I don't know where he's going.
Oh, here we are. The original Lughnasadh customs have obviously shifted to August 15th.
Oh, so it kind of...
Oh, okay. That I was reading ahead a bit.
Yeah.
So shifted to August 15th, and additionally into numerous local and regional harvest celebrations. Lughnasadh is therefore only one of the 8 Celtic festivals which did not survive in Bavaria as a compact celebration on or near the original date, August 1st. Harvest celebrations are instead dispersed over all of August. This might have to do with the geographical situation of Bavaria, where August tends to be a rather warm month, and harvest and fall are a bit later than somewhere else. That makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. Because even here, like farms in this area, the harvest is like late September.
Mm-hmm.
Because August is still very, very hot.
Yep.
Even September's really hot, too.
The taxidermy witch and Mama Squirrel and Marge.
We have gens, plural, in here.
So the deities. The deities of Lughnasadh are Danu, the mother of gods and men, and Lu, the patron of scholars, craftsmen, warriors, and magicians. Lu is also known as Lu Semildanash, the many-skilled, and Lu Lamfada, Lu with long arm, with the long arm. Ooh, I wonder why it has a long arm and why just one.
Oh my God! It's pardon me as I show you my long arm.
Right? Go to shake someone's hand. Long arm.
Look, ma, no hands. I'm using my long arm. Oh God. Oh Jesus.
With the long arm. It is disputed. Why can't I say that word? It is disputed among authors whether this refers to Lu's magical spear or the rays of the sun. Lu seems to have been worshipped like his Greek and Roman correspondences, Hermes and Mercury. That's interesting. Mostly on elevations, hills, or mountaintops.
Hi, Marge. Hi, Silver Willow.
Hi, Silver Willow and Marge. Oh, Sonia! The plant of Lughnasadh is any form of grain or corn, in a wider sense, every fruit of field and garden. So pretty much grain, corn, and fruits.
Corn. Love corn.
The meaning of Lughnasadh on the inner plains is the start of the festival of the first fruits that we have sown in spring. Which things or projects are reaped in us in the moment? Why is that in a question? Oh, I guess so. What would we like to finish? To start anew? Do we have the insight that to every harvest is a necessary of preparation? The essence of Lughnasadh is the joy of life under the knowledge that darker times are moving in.
Oh.
Well, that sounds depressing.
No, it's perfect. It's because it is. It's the time of month, and you should know this
because of winter.
You should know this because I start going into my winter doldrums. Seriously, it's like not like now, but kind of mid-August. I'm like, the days are getting shorter. Fall is just creeping on in.
Yep.
Oh God. Oh. Right, July. It's only July.
Right.
It's July. Don't look at the date.
So we take in the warm rays of the sun and store their power for the times coming. At the time we celebrate the next festival, it will be fall and the warmer summer days will already be a memory. Of course, Lughnasadh is a very good time to express gratitude to the gods and the earth spirits for their blessings and gifts that we are now receiving. And in times of microwave and frozen pizza, it may seem anachronistic to thank for the harvest.
Microwave pizza?
That's so funny. Many of our modern foodstuffs make it hard to still recognize the waving grain on the field in them. And yet there is a way to connect with nature via the food that we eat. This is especially valid for self-harvested fruits, but also conscious eating with focus on the food and not the TV or newspaper, is one way to express our thanks for the harvest all year round, but especially at Lughnasadh.
Now see, here's the thing. Here's the thing with a ritualistic celebration of harvest for us. And that is apple picking, right? We go every year. We go apple picking. And that for us is actually, it's one of those things where, but unless we have some sort of farm in the back, it's, we can actually harvest for ourselves off of a vine. You know what I'm saying? Off of like the vine, if you would. So that's harvest for me. And the thing is, that doesn't start for us in like September, October.
Right.
Right? It's crazy. So it's like August, I'm not even thinking harvest.
No, like, I've always had thought that harvest was in October. I didn't realize for the longest time that October was the end of harvest. Which was weird, because, like, that's when everything starts to kind of feel like fall, so you would have thought that October was more like...
That's true, and the thing
beginning of harvest.
Here's the thing, though. It's like, a lot of these traditions, where did they begin? So maybe, I guess, in, like, the Celtic region, maybe that's what the climate was like. Mm-hmm. Cooler, cooler Augusts.
Right.
So, I mean, it's a possibility.
Oh my gosh, I miss apple picking. I cannot wait to do apple picking.
Oh, I love apple picking.
So just to recap, before I go into some correspondences, is Lughnasadh is a pagan and Wiccan celebration of the first harvest season of the year. That's right. We thank the earth and universe for the food that we continue to nourish us through the rest of the year, specifically apples, corn, grapes, wine, and more.
Apples. Wine.
So, here's some correspondences. So, for Lughnasadh magic, it's about harvesting all spells and hard work, appreciating what our earth does for our lives, and reinforcing
yep.
long-term spell work.
Nice.
The symbols of Lughnasadh are about harvest, bounty, plentifulness, abundance, prosperity, transformation, purification, and change. Oh, that's the symbolism. I lied. So the symbols are ears of corn, corn dollies, dried sunflowers.
What's a corn dolly?
It's a dolly that's made out of corn.
Oh!
Dude. Jeez. I love it when Dave asks me something and I simply respond the opposite of what I just said.
It's like a corn doll. Like a doll made out of
a corn husk doll. It's a corn dolly.
You said corn dolly.
Well, that's what it says. Corn dollies.
Well, like a corn dolly.
Oh, unless it literally means like taking pieces of corn and actually turning it into a doll. Like, if you took a long piece of corn, broke it in half, took another one, broke it in half, and kind of stuck it where it's like, it kind of creates like a this shape. Meh. Well, okay, you couldn't really tell what I just created. But it makes sense in my brain. But then again, I have a very imaginative
It's
brain.
a unique brain.
I have a very unique
quite
brain
the unique
sometimes,
brain.
Right. So Jen just said, this harvest is grain, so wheat and corn. And don't forget the black moon on July 31st.
Yes.
Ooh.
That's right.
It will be some amazing energy.
That's right.
That's what I would have thought. Yeah, okay. That's what I thought, you guys. So it is the husk of the corn, not the actual corn itself.
The husks.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it would be cool to kind of make an actual corn doll using the corn part of it.
So they make a doll out of the husks?
Yeah, the husk. Yeah. So, also some other symbols are dried flowers, harvesting tools, cornucopias, gourds, and cauldrons. Some of the Lughnasadh colors include deep greens, gold and yellows, deep oranges, shimmering bronze, and tanned browns. Tanned like my luscious, glowing skin.
That's fall colors. That's fall colors.
Some of the deities include Lu, obviously, Ceres, Isis, and Ceridwen.
Oh God, yeah, that's
some of those I haven't. I think the only one I had ever really heard is Isis.
Yeah.
Other than that, I don't know who the other ones are. Some crystals and stones that you can set on your altar during Lughnasadh include carnelian, citrine, tiger's eye,
Tiger's eye. Love my tiger's
bloodstones,
eye.
obsidian, and aventurine.
Aventurine.
Herbs include calendula, heather, goldenrod, pony. Wait, pony?
Peony.
Oh, peony! Oh my god!
I think
Here I am
it sounds
struggling
like,
with the
it looks
word,
like it's peony.
and you just listen to me like butcher that. Peony. Okay. Yarrow, vervain, sunflower, poppy, basil, hops, marigold, grapevine plus their leaves, rosemary, rose hips, and blackthorn. Some incense and oils you can use during Lughnasadh, so I had to remember what we were on, is basil, rosemary, rose, frankincense, and sandalwood. And guys, what I'll do is I'll actually, where I'm reading off of this list of correspondences, as I will link it into the comments below. So you guys can check it out for when you set up your altars.
Yep.
Some food and drinks that you can make and drink during Lughnasadh include my least favorite: mushrooms,
yes,
garlic,
yes,
onion,
yum,
all grains,
okay,
corn,
yum,
bread,
yeah,
honey,
yum,
nuts,
yum,
berries.
I like berries.
Cider, ale, beer, whiskey, mead.
I'll take some whiskey or some
Pies
cider.
and cobblers.
Ooh.
Jam.
Perturders.
And grapes. And in case you guys don't know what a perturder is, it's potato.
Perturder.
But I call them perturders.
Turtur.
And that's all
That's
I
it?
have for that.
Is that all she wrote?
Let's see if there's anything else on this final page. Colors of the season include yellows and oranges. Oh, did I already mention these? I feel like I did.
I don't know.
I think I did.
Yes,
because I was talking about the different tans and golden
yes,
tans
that's right.
and
That's
all
right.
that. And
It's fall colors.
Yeah,
basically
as you said,
fall colors.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that is Lughnasadh.
I feel edumacated here.
Edumacated.
No,
Hi,
it's cool.
Techno.
It's great that we are kind of exploring these things together. It's for the first time for both of us.
Yeah, so what I am going to do later on is I'm almost done with editing the clip for Salem, so I should have that up. No, I'm seriously almost done. So I should have that up later on tonight.
Gotta do mine too.
And then this week, coming up, I think I might work on our Lughnasadh altar because we still have Litha up, so I gotta take down Litha and put up Lughnasadh now that we're not in Litha anymore. Almost, it's ending.
Yeah. Should get cracking.
But I'm excited to see what you guys do for your altars setups and how your altars look. Hi, Tina. So now let's talk about basic altar setups, because I know obviously there are people that have never celebrated Litha before or are just starting into their craft and trying to figure out what the hell do you do to set up your own altar? What do you need?
Well, now,
what are some at least essentials?
Are we talking about Sabbath altars or altars in general?
Just altars in general.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Because everyone's going to have a different altar setup. All look different.
but I think for folks that are just entering the magical community and just exploring that part of themselves, very first altar you start with is that general purpose altar.
Right.
So I'll talk about that a little bit when the time comes, and that's kind of where you branch off. So that's why I was asking.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, do you want to start off with what you feel should go on to an altar when you're first starting?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure. Well, all right. So, I'll continue like I just said. If you're just starting out, you start with your basic general purpose altar. And I kept it as simple as, just any flat surface. Doesn't have to be any specific size.
Yeah.
A little table, altar cloth, You want to have a nice altar cloth, make it look nice. And I start with a representation of each element. You know, for earth, for fire, for water, for air. Like on mine, I have an hourglass, sand, that represents my earth, right? I have a feather that represents air. I have a conch, you know, the shell, that's representing water for me. And candles represent fire. So it's very simple as that. Now I've got more stuff on my altar. It's all packed with stuff. It's an unabated mess. But to get started, that's the basics, right? You're gonna have just those those things, and you want to have a couple of candles. That sets the mood, and then you have just a few basic tools, maybe a wand and an athame. And that's where you start.
What's your athame used for?
I use my athame in ritual.
Yeah, but like expand. Detail.
Well, so all tools, whether it's a wand or an athame or a staff, for the first and foremost, I envision them as extensions of myself. Right? They focus my energy like a pointer. So now what you can do with an athame or even a sword, you could use it like a wand, you know, and I'll pop my athame out. Here we go.
Some people use their athame to create like a circle of protection when you're doing.
So you can use the athame for focus, for pointing, but you could also like cutting. You know, because that's where, you know, if you're in a ceremony that, and I'm trying to think of an example. Making a circle. A lot of people envision that you cut the circle. So a lot of people will use an athame for creating a circle. Mm-hmm. You know, for a lot of things like that. But I use it a lot of times just like a wand. But maybe if there's something cutting involved with the spell.
Yeah, but don't you also use it sometimes to carve your intention onto a candle?
No. Not the athame. The other, and I forgot what they call it. It's the sword, the knife.
It's I'm probably gonna butcher the name of it. It's bowline.
Something like that.
Bowline,
yes.
right?
Something
because
like
I thought it was pronounced bolin.
And that's just kind of a beat up little sword thingy, and I use it to carve the intentions in my candle before I bless them and do candle magic.
Right.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. And is that all that you think?
So
you
that's
put on like a basic altar.
That's the basic, setup. And now it's gonna vary. If you have a huge, big, like the top of a dresser, those big dressers, those big wide ones. It gets even better because then you start with those basics and then it grows out, and you will find, as different things call to you, they will find a home on your altar. Mm-hmm. So one thing that quickly found its way on my altar after
bowling,
is I had a crystal ball that now was always on my altar. My mortar and pestle now stays on my altar. More than a few incense burners, my incense dragon.
You have multiple ones.
Multiple ones. And then candles, I've got crystals. So you start with the basics, and this is going to grow basically to the space that you have. Mm-hmm. You'll find different places to put things.
Yeah.
That you're working with.
Yeah, because I believe that there's always a basics altar that you create, and then as time progresses, for example, if you have an altar set up for a specific deity, they will tell you what other things to put on their altar. Yeah. So, for example, for me, what I believe is, so I have, as everyone knows, I have like 1, 2, three,
everywhere.
4, 5, 6, 7 different altars in our house. And they're all for different deities. For example, let's talk about my ancestral altar. When I'm setting up my ancestral altar, that was the very first altar I had ever set up in my life.
The ancestral,
so it
the
started
one up
off
in the corner?
super, yeah, the one that was on top of the tiny bookshelf.
Yeah.
And now it's on top of a table, and it's, like, grown. So when I first started off, as Dave said in the beginning, the first thing I put down was an altar cloth. And in my practice for hoodoo, it's believed that it's important to put down a white altar cloth. And it's because it's just the color for the ancestors and of the dead. It's kind of like the opposite, where most people think that when people die, you want to put something black to kind of remember them. It's kind of the opposite, because it's representing the life that they lived before they died.
Oh, what'd you do with my phone?
Oh, it's right here. I was just like, your phone. I don't know. And then also on my altar, it's important to put glasses of water because you want to have kind of something for them to drink in the afterlife. And water is kind of like the universal liquid to put down for the ancestors, or really any spirit, which is what I believe is to put water. But then also at the same time, it's like you want to put different liquids pertaining to what the deity or the ancestors liked. So for example, on my ancestral altar, along with water, I have wine. For Bawan Samni on his altar, I put rum. For Hecate, I have wine. So you want to put kind of some form of liquid, I believe, for as like an offering to the ancestors or to a deity.
Interesting.
Also, I have a specific oil that I've made up for my ancestors. So I actually made it from scratch. It's my own recipe of herbs that are related to ancestors, to the dead, so that when I light my candles, I can kind of put 3 drops onto the candle and light the candle. Obviously, I have white candles on my altars because, to me, I feel that the white candle is kind of like the universal. So no matter what you're doing or what deity you're working with, even if you don't have like that specific color, you can always go back to the white candle.
What they say is white contains all colors.
All colors. Exactly.
So you can use it with that intent.
So that's
interesting. While I interrupted you, I find it interesting the way you do offerings in your deity altar. See, I don't have any liquid on my altar. Mm-hmm. When I'm doing a ritual or an offering, let's say to Apollo, what I'll do is I know, let's see, laurel leaves are sacred to him, so I will get if I can grab it. It's too far back.
Oh.
I get these little coal. I gotta show you. Hold on.
While he's doing that, and altars will change.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So I use these things here, the coal burners. I will put a hot coal on here, and as part of my ritual, my offering, is I will burn laurel leaves or whatever herbs or spice that deity relates to. So that's kind of how I do offerings. I just thought it was interesting.
Actually, that's a perfect introduction to the next part of what I feel is important to put on an altar. Is incense. So it's important to me. It's important to put incense because it kind of represents like that link between you and the deity or you and the ancestors. So it's like that kind of, it's like, to me, the way I describe it, it's like the highway system for them to travel between our realm and the spirit realm. So it's like that highway for them. Yep.
So maybe they ride the smoke.
Yeah, basically what it is they ride the smoke to arrive to where we are. Obviously I said candles. Offerings are important. It can be food offerings or herbs as offerings. It will vary depending on obviously the deity you're working with or your ancestors, because deities have specific wants and needs.
Put out that
Same
moldy
with your
cheese.
Ancestors. Oh gosh. So for example, on my ancestral altar, I put offerings of rice, Because obviously I'm Asian. I love my rice, and I just go back to the rice fields of the Philippines that I saw all over the place when I went there a long, long time ago.
Wow.
What else of offerings did I put?
You mentioned you do the wine.
Graveyard dirt as an offering because it represents the earth from where our ancestors came from. I also put a spirit bottle, which isn't necessary to have. Well, actually, that's a...
No, it's not. That's
not necessary.
Not to start out with.
Yeah,
I grew into a couple of spirit bottles.
Yeah.
On my ancestral altar.
Yeah, but I mean, the reason why I hadn't a spirit bottle was because it was to kind of have like a spirit home for the ancestors to kind of like chill out in when they're talking with me.
It's that spirit guest room.
Yeah, exactly. It's the spirit guest room. Come stay a while.
It's the spirit guest room.
And then I also have a bell is important. I have actually a bell on almost every single altar because it's a way of communication or letting them know like, hey, I want to talk to you. So before I even start all my rituals, I always ring the bell just to let them know like, heads up, I want to talk to you guys. It's time to commune. Let you know how my day went. I also have... Oh, God.
Dinner time!
It's dinner time, ancestors. Come get your rice. Oh, my God. That was awesome.
Oh, shit.
Sorry if I keep looking this way. It's because I'm looking at my altar trying to figure out what I even put on it. And I'm looking at my other altars to see what common things I have on them. Crystals are not quite necessary. I just noticed on all of mine, I put ones that are related because, as we all know, crystals serve different purposes. So, for example, on Persephone's altar, I have crystals pertaining to crystals that she likes. For the ancestors, I have crystals pertaining to the ancestors. So, for example, on the ancestral altar, I placed bloodstone.
Oh, Kendra says dinner's done. Where's mine? I'm fucking hungry.
So I put bloodstone because to me it kind of serves as that link of blood,
the
ancestral blood,
the biological.
Yeah, biological blood pool. And then for Persephone, I know that she likes. What do I have on here? I put rose quartz. And just some other things that she likes. Actually, the rose quartz, because to me, it kind of symbolizes, like, the spring, which she is the deity of.
Okay, yeah.
What else do I have for basic altar setups? Cauldrons aren't quite necessary. They're awesome to have, especially when it comes to burning things.
Mm-hmm.
So, for example, a cauldron can serve multi-purposes. I use a cauldron to burn incense in using sometimes I'll put the charcoal disc. I'll light loose incense on top of that. Sometimes I will fill the cauldron with sand so I can put incense sticks inside it. Sometimes I will use an empty cauldron to burn a petition in. And sometimes I will... Actually, I think those are really the only three purposes I use a cauldron for. I'm just kind of looking around here, seeing what else.
Now I got this puppy on there.
Incense covered.
I got this from Salem, and it is pine incense, but I do leave my incense right on my general purpose altar with the shell that I kind of wafted or the feather.
Right.
So now so basically, this is the way I look at it. My general purpose altar is kind of like the bedroom. It's where you get changed. It's where you leave the clothes in the middle of the floor. It's kind of a little messy, but it's the things that you're using often. Mm-hmm. You're using it too often to put it away, so you just need a place to toss it. That's my general purpose altar.
Yeah.
And you'll notice, like, it's a mess. Then you kind of move over. This is ancestral. It's nice and neat. It's kind of, got some stones over here. and then my deity altar's the same up into the crystals, all nice and organized. But
Yeah.
and that's the difference between like a deity altar for me, and then my working altar, which I will use my working altar to even work with my deities.
Right.
It's where I'm just kind of doing things.
And altars will evolve. As I said earlier, every altar out there is different because every deity is different. And the way I view an altar is as a personification of that deity or spirit you're working with. So a lot of it that you put on an altar is representation of who they are. So that's why my Persephone altar is very different looking from my Bawan Samedi altar, different looking from my ancestral altar, different from Lilith. So basically, in a nutshell, the most important things to start off with, and yeah, that I would start off with is a candle, glass of water, on top of, with some incense as an offering, on top of a altar cloth.
I do a nice little incense burner.
Yeah.
You know, start small.
Yeah.
One of those little incense burners is enough, the tiny which you put the cones in. And then, you know, it'll grow from there. You'll end up with like this big monstrous dragon thing that I have, or the big, you know, the tree.
Yeah.
You know, incense. The thing with incense holders is they start small and then they just get insane. Like even, you know, on my deity altar, I have a backflow incense. So it'll
looking.
evolve into that. Your altar will evolve. So don't, when you go and look at all, you know, other people's altars, and they're like these vast bastions of trinkets, all crazy stuff, and then you know you're thinking of your own simple altar. Don't let that kind of influence you. Don't let it discourage you. Your altar will evolve into that. You'll be walking around maybe in a witchy shop, and something will call to you, and you'll buy that, and it'll go on your altar. And that'll happen again and again, and you'll find a shell, or you'll whatever. You'll go thrift shopping, and you'll find this thing. And before you know it, your altar looks
completely
different and not simple. See, and when you allow it to grow organically, what happens is each thing that you add to it, there's a reason why it's there. There's that moment when it called to you, as opposed to just going to the store and it's like, I need to fill this carriage with stuff so I can set up an altar. You know what I'm saying? You rely on what things are calling to you.
Exactly.
And before you know it, your altar's packed full. You wish you have more room, and you know, and it'll all mean something.
And sometimes it's even like taking a minute to reflect on a certain item that you're looking at, on whether or not it's the right time. Because there have been several times when I've gone to Savers and I've picked up something purely because it looked beautiful, but not because I was like, do I necessarily need it on my altar? There have been times when I've picked up something, I've gone, do I really need this? And then I'll set it back down, and then I'll come back the next day, it's gone, but then I don't go, oh, damn, I should have gotten it. I realize, you know what, if I hesitated, I set it back down, it's not there, it just wasn't that time for that item to go on my altar.
And I like what Mama Squirrel says here. Your altar can be 4 shot glasses.
Exactly.
With water, dirt, candle, and air.
Exactly.
It's simple, and that's the way you can start.
As I say, a lot of the times, you see on the internet all these elaborate spells and all these beautiful decked out altars, and people are like, oh my god, those are my goals, like I wish I had all that stuff. Magic, that a lot of the time I feel people forget, is magic is energy. It's all about intention. You can create the most beautiful magic with the most simple of things. Yeah. As I say all the time, you go back to the ancestors. Do you think they had all these stuff that we have today? No. Their simplest magic came from something as simple as a glass of water, fill it with salt, toss it on the floor, bam, your whole house is now cleansed of evil spirits.
But that is the thing I was trying to say, is you just start it simple. You take the simple approach, and trust me, before you know it, there's going to be stuff everywhere.
Yeah.
Because you're going to, once you learn that the basics work, you won't be motivated to buy stuff just to fill the altar. You'll be the items will call to you, and it will be a meaningful part of that altar.
Right, Debbie. She was like, I only have one altar easier to clean, and I'm sitting here going, ugh, I have to clean all my 7 altars. Not looking forward to that.
Yes.
Gosh. Plus, because your house just starts to look so cluttered after a while, you're like,
Hagrid's hut.
So much stuff everywhere.
And we're slobs.
Hagrid's hut, pretty much.
This is Hagrid's hut. You know, if I wasn't embarrassed, I would like show you. It literally looks like Hagrid's hut.
Marge, what does your kitchen altar look like? That actually sounds very interesting.
Don't give him any ideas. No.
Well, I'm not saying I'm going to set up a kitchen altar. I'm just curious.
He'll have an altar set up on the stove.
Katie's like cleaning my altars, watching you guys. That's awesome. So, do you guys have any questions at all in the live regarding altar setups? Any questions at all?
Oh, wait a minute.
What?
What about travel altars?
My advice with that is collect things that are uber tiny and can fit into a tiny little case. Because you don't want to be lugging around something that's like filled this big. So, for example, I have one tiny little travel altar that's... Dave has a tiny travel altar. This is his travel altar.
A tiny travel altar, yes.
This actually is a perfect idea. Open it up and show them what's inside.
I am going to show you the secrets.
This is like literally basic.
This is the Wizard's travel altar. You could bring this on a plane.
Uh-huh. And they won't be like, oh, what the hell you got carrying in there?
So, I got a couple of crystals that are meaningful. Right. I have I use this
as an altar cloth.
As my altar cloth that goes on top. Okay. A shot glass candle. An incense holder upright. This incense for cones. Candle snuffer.
That's like the cutest candle snuffer in the world. I have one too.
Little bit of sage.
Not big.
Some incense cones.
Shot glass, guys, is perfect.
A lighter, of course.
For a tiny chalice. FYI for travel.
And I keep an Apollo prayer card. And also, let me put this stuff back. One last piece.
Hi, Joe. How are you?
Maddie bought this for me, so I don't know where he got it. But it's my little...
Oh, that's from the VoodooStore.com.
From the VoodooStore.com. There's this little deity.
Yeah, it's a little travel
icon.
And
that's it. If you were at Tarot Stock, and in the morning, if you caught when I got up and went to do my ritual in the morning.
So just to recap,
this is what I used.
You have incense, a candle,
candle
snuffer, sage to cleanse the area,
some crystals,
and pocket icon to represent the deity,
and a prayer card.
And that's pretty much it. Bam! And there you go with a basic altar right there.
Bingity boom! Look at this thing.
In the awesome box that I gave him.
Now, how big was your travel altars?
Mine's like on top of something a box that's like this big by like that tall.
And he had how many of them?
2. But they look so pretty when they're set up. Right, Jen? Because I had them set up in your home during Tarot Stock.
But no, I mean, for Tarot Stock, we drove up and that's all fine and good. But like if you're flying somewhere or space is really limited, that's all you need for your altar. Just travel with that.
Okay, so Marge, because I asked her earlier what a kitchen altar is, and she said, a large silver cooking pot, my grandpa's large rock representing the cornerstone of the home, a turtle statue, also family, and a black cauldron, and then whatever tidbits I want from there. Grandpa's stone is in the cooking pot, then I use the tray for the lid. You can get any kind of suitable trays for changing of the seasons. Oh, it's actually really cool.
Wait a minute. And the vintage hard-boiled egg cups. I love them for What are what are those? Hard-boiled egg cups?
You had little egg cups one time. They were plastic though.
You don't mean those little
like the egg cups.
The egg things that break apart like that they put like Easter and they put candies in them? Those things?
No, you had one to put like a hard-boiled egg in. It was literally like in the shape of an egg.
It was a cup?
It had like little legs on it, and then it had like some thing on the top. I don't know if you put string.
Oh, the thing that you put the hard-boiled egg in.
I just said that. It's the thing you put the hard-boiled egg in.
Yeah, but ours weren't. What the hell?
But yours was made of plastic. She's talking about the vintage ones. I actually don't even know what the vintage ones
look like. That's what I'm saying. I got
an egg with an egg stand. Oh wait, the egg cup is
yes,
an egg stand.
It's an egg stand. It almost looks like it's got a shaft.
No, so think of a cauldron. It had a little stand at the bottom, and then it was shaped like an egg.
Hold on.
And then you twisted it, and half of it came off.
That's not what I'm thinking. Hold on. Talk.
It's not that difficult to picture, Dave. Think
on.
An egg with little leggies on it, and then you could twist it off, and the top half came off. And then you can put the hard-boiled egg inside.
Why am I on Amazon? No, hold on. Give me a sec.
Dave. Hi, Alchemy Seal. Hi, Allison. Jen, I love egg cups. I had over 100. Wow. Oh, no, guys. Don't give me something to look up and be like, those are beautiful. Now I need to buy them.
Well, here's the thing. So there's this kind. Wait, if you can see that. Right there. Black one. Or there's this kind.
What is that? That looks like a frog.
Right there. Right, so there's different kinds. So the one I had was plastic and was like these little ones down here that you can't see because my phone's being stupid.
And it's like out of shot.
Right there.
No,
like
it didn't look like that.
Yeah, it did.
No, it didn't.
It did too.
No, it didn't.
It did. Or more like that one.
It didn't look like that either.
It did. Not like that.
It didn't look like that either.
You're not even thinking.
Oh, here, wait. Distract. I will show. Not vintage. So.
Well, no, I'm talking about vintage. Yeah, the one we had over there is not vintage. It's more plastic. It's like.
Where's the plastic egg?
Okay, it doesn't matter.
Well, anyways. We get the picture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, you could do something like that. You can.
Wait, Jen, what would you use the egg stand for?
Put an egg in there.
Well, yeah, obviously you'd put an egg. Like, are we talking about like an actual egg or like the crystal eggs?
Oh, you could do a crystal egg. Like
as a chalice. Yes, that's also a good idea.
Oh, yes. So she means the ceramic ones that actually look like a... I know what she's talking about now.
Okay, yeah, I got it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, they look like a mini chalice.
Yeah, like, for example, on my Persephone altar, this is my little chalice. It's literally a tiny shot glass with wine inside it that I use as an offering.
Yes.
Yes,
Mama.
So yeah, guys, that's the discussion about Lughnasadh and how to set up for it and about basic altar setup. Does anyone have any questions about Lughnasadh or about altar setups? Lughnasadh. I was going to try and do some cool rap thing, but that wasn't working. No, that doesn't sound right. Okay, so Jen just sent a picture to Mama Squirrel chat.
Coolness.
How long have I been on for? Oh,
you've been on for 1 hour.
I've been on for an hour.
How many people are still in here? 11.
11. Okay, not bad. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed the discussion today about Lughnasadh and altar setups. I hope you guys learned a lot. I know I learned a lot about Lughnasadh.
And I've got to advertise.
Yeah.
You must check out tonight's popcorn party.
Wait, tonight?
Tonight's Saturday night, honey.
Oh, it's Saturday.
Saturday.
I thought it was Friday. That's
It's
awkward.
no Friday.
Even though I knew it was Saturday when I woke up.
I have a story to tell because I decided it was like 96 degrees. I decided to go hiking.
Hiking?
And
you went hiking?
I went hiking.
Sorry.
And I kind of got lost. I literally.
I don't know why I found that so funny.
Because you're fucked in the head.
You went hiking.
I said hiking.
That's okay. You said hiking, but hiking.
I'm playing this video back for you.
Okay, so you went
and
hiking.
you're gonna get a hiking in the head.
Where'd you go hiking?
I went hiking and you're gonna make me swear. So anyways, yeah. So,
oh no!
Oh no!
We gotta tell my parents because my dad. Sorry. So random moment here. My dad. Well, obviously. My dad.
What?
We called my dad and
Yes.
we had a little discussion about my YouTube channel, and he actually wants to join and watch the next time we go live. So obviously he's not on this chat. Well, my parents, because I forgot to tell him. But we gotta let him know that we're going live tonight, so he can join us.
Oh God!
on our
No!
popcorn party.
No! I don't think. No! We've got to let them in. We've got to let them in easy. You want to start them off with the popcorn party?
Dave, they watch my channel. I think they've seen popcorn party.
No.
before.
We'll do something nice tomorrow and invite them to join. Yeah, no, I really.
I think they should see us during. Oh gosh, puff pass. Yeah.
Right,
Maybe
exactly.
not. Thank you, Jen.
I'm ripping on bongs over here.
Maybe
and you
not
want
the
the
best
parents?
of things to
Now
bring the
look.
parents into.
Now look. Here's the thing. Do you remember our wedding?
Yes.
Do you remember when your dad picked us?
Obviously, I remember our wedding.
Oh,
I was
shut up!
there.
Of course, yeah. No, I was someone else I married. Your dad picked us up. Where was the first place we stopped?
Oh yeah.
Before we even got the rental car.
So before when my dad picked us up from when during our wedding, well when we first got there, not during the wedding. What am I on? I'm high on life, you guys. No, so he brought us to a weed hut.
Yeah,
that was
so
the first place he brought us.
it was called the Bud Hut. Now keep in mind this is
the Bud Hut.
this is in Washington State,
Weed
so
hut.
it's legal. You know, it's like like here. So yeah, he's like, oh, and that's the funny thing is, he said, as we get into the car, he's like, because his dad's like a CEO. He's very organized. And he's like,
We'll
all
say
right, guys, we need to make a couple of stops before we head home. We got to make one stop at the Bud Hut, and then we're gonna go pick up your rent-a-car, and then we'll head home.
And we stared at him, going like,
no, it
Bud
went
Hut?
in
Like,
and out.
Bud Hut?
No, I'm thinking Bud Hut, maybe something flowers.
I was thinking Bud Light. I thought it was like beer.
I was thinking flowers for the wedding or whatever. I have the picture somewhere.
Rosebud.
We pull up to the Bud Hut.
Rosebud.
We pulled up to the Bud Hut, and it was the Bud Hut. Like
Puff Puff
big
Pass Hut.
pot leaf in the sign.
It was awesome.
And I'm like,
But it wasn't just us and my dad. It was like he took
the whole family
my
was there.
cousins,
Yeah.
not my second cousins, they were too young. He took my aunts, my uncles, like we all went to the Bud Hut. What did Dad buy? I think he bought like some edible candies.
He bought. Well, here's the thing. Yeah, he bought a bag of edibles,
yeah.
candies, lollipops.
And then he showed us
Rice
his collection.
Krispie
But I don't
treats.
think he even I don't know if he's eaten any of them.
We never got into that because here's the thing. It was our wedding. The whole family was there.
They pulled up to the Bud Hut? No, the Bud, B-U-D.
B-U-D. Unknowing to me, they were shopping.
Yeah.
I got more pre-rolls handed to me.
Oh, those were some other things that were pre-rolled.
Yes. I mean, every 2 seconds, someone was handing me a pre-roll.
Right.
Oh,
thank you, Marge.
What the heck?
She just said it was a gorgeous wedding. I showed my mom.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so I think they'll be fine with popcorn party.
No, we're gonna.
They know our energy.
No, we're gonna ease them into something.
I think they're fine.
No.
They watch my channel.
No, because I can't. No.
Oh wait, they watch my channel. I don't do any of the weed on my channel, so I don't think they're...
Exactly.
Now I see why.
We'll have to ease them in.
Ease on down the
that
road.
Piece.
We'll get them ease on down the road.
Yes. We'll do something non-popcorn party.
Though, my parents are quite cool.
Oh, I'm sure they'll think it's a riot.
Oh, one time when we were in the Bahamas, we came across a hookah place. This was way before I even started smoking hookah. And my mom was like, oh my god, that's a hookah. I'm like, oh, what? And I was like, first of all, how the hell do you know what a hookah is? And I don't know what a hookah is. And second of all, it was actually quite cool that my mom ordered it and then actually tried it with my brother and I and my dad.
So they started
Blocking my beauty, blocking the beauty. Oh, put that down. Rude. This is a family channel. Well, kinda, because my parents do watch. And they're going to see that, Dave. My mom, I can see my mom.
It's Sierra Mist!
And?
So what are they going to see? Me swigging Sierra Mist?
Yeah, they're going to see a flipping bird. And my mom's going to be like, now.
Oh my god, she'll probably be like, yes, do it again. Here you go, Mom.
Dave.
Ow!
Rude.
He's so
Rude.
abusive. He's so abusive.
Anyways, guys, so we're going to hop off so I can sleep for a little bit because I'm exhausted because Bratty Cat kept me... I figured out why he kept me up all last night.
Why?
Was because last night I was wearing my sequin t-shirt and because in the moonlight it kept on like glistening and he was like trying to dig at it underneath the covers to try and get at my sequin t-shirt. So he woke me up like I think 5 times last night and then officially at 5 a.m. in the morning because for some random reason he was super hungry. I'm like, it's 5 o'clock. We feed you around 7. Go back to sleep.
Yeah.
But yeah. I gotta take a nap because I'm slightly tired.
Yeah, oh, you
so
better not.
Have some energy for a popcorn party tonight.
You better not.
Are we gonna have anyone live on popcorn party?
Oh
wait, we're on live. I mean, are we gonna have any guests on popcorn party?
I don't know if anyone wants to try to be a guest.
Does anyone want to be a guest on popcorn party?
I guess while we can, because
you're just
Google Hangouts. Google Hangouts ends at the end of this month. So
what does it ending at the end of the month have anything to do with?
There'll be no more guests.
Yeah, but tonight.
Tonight, yes, we can have a guest tonight.
Anyone want to be a guest tonight on our popcorn party?
Let us know.
Let us know.
Let us know ahead of time.
You can message us on Facebook if you're friends with us. You can add a comment in the comments down below.
Comments
and I'll be like,
below.
I'll let Dave know. Oh, wow, that rhymed! That rhymed! Did you hear that? Let us know in the comments below, and I'll let Dave know. Below, no. Yeah, that does rhyme. Okay.
No.
Below and no.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Say this again.
Let us know in the comments below, and I'll... no.
Because you can't do that.
Never
because
mind.
You have two
I
no's.
just said no twice.
Yep. That is what? A no.
And I'd be looking at you like so. I know, it's really sad that there's going to be no more popcorn party guests or popcorn. We could still do popcorn party, but it would just be with no guests.
I'm looking at different options. I mean, we can have one guest if we do it on Facebook Live.
Yeah. Are we gonna do popcorn party a little bit? Oh, excuse me. I know we normally do it later because I've had a few people say that they wish we would do it a little bit earlier, just because some of them go to bed at like 10 o'clock at night.
We could do it at 9. But doesn't Mama?
Do you guys want us to do popcorn party a little bit earlier? Oh wait, no, because Jen usually goes on live.
That's why. Yeah, we don't want to. I don't want to. No, because that's right. We do it after Jen.
Oh yeah, that's usually why.
That's yeah. So that's a 10 o'clock.
Yeah. Well, make sure to check out. Let me plug in Dave's channel, you guys.
Yes,
make sure to check out Wizard's Tower, one word if you haven't, so you can like and subscribe his channel, and catch us out on Popcorn Party when we go live. That's Dave in the chat, as everyone knows who's in here.
Yeah.
So I haven't been a lot of lives. I haven't been to a lot. That's okay.
That's okay.
Dandelion. That's fine.
It's okay.
I haven't been to a lot of lives because I work most of the time when people go on. So I try and get in when I can. Oh my god, my leg is like asleep.
Later.
But that is our chat today. Lughnasadh and basic altar setup. So we will see you guys on Wizard's Tower tonight for popcorn party. Hasta luego.
I love you guys.
Mi amor.
Bye-bye.
Amores. Plural, right?
What?
Nothing, never mind. Bye, guys.
Shaking.